Hey yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Justin, whatever the fuck you know me as here. Alright, so saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, you read the title. Yeah, you read the title, you saw the thumbnail. It's been a week. It is currently Friday, the 22nd of November. It's been a week since the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. A lot of people are saying it's rigged. Today we're here to talk about it. We gonna see if it's rigged or not, with the assistance of True Jordy, so that way we could get some points that I might not have even thought of bringing up during the making of this video. Lego. Alright, so keep in mind, True Jordy right now, he's not being serious, he's being sarcastic.
Absolute disgrace. I thought better, you know, I really did. I thought that Mike Tyson, especially, Iron Mike, he was just going to go in there and knock Jake clean out. But here he is, not trying. I'm so disappointed in him. But you don't need to take it from me. Let's look at the footage. Some boxing genius has put this together so we can all expose it. Thank God.
This fight was most definitely rigged. Here's some evidence you might have missed. Tyson was doing fantastic.
Alright, fine. Like, for his age, he was actually doing pretty good, considering Mike almost fucking died a couple months ago when he was in that wheelchair, which is why the fight had to be rescheduled, as well as the knee problems and the fact that he's 50-fucking-8. You know what? He was doing fantastic for that, but if we're looking at objectively how his performance was, I wouldn't use the term fantastic to describe how Tyson was doing in the first round. It would, like, I'd say he was actually doing decent, and we're looking at it objectively. But if we're looking at it for Mike and how he is doing physically, I guess, I mean, he's in fucking fantastic shape. But for a 58-year-old and listed, you know, everything that I listed, you know, it's fantastic for him.
Fantastic at the beginning, landing some big shots and knocking Jake around the ring.
Was he doing fantastic at the beginning? Was that a word that any one of us would have used? Tyson's doing fantastic. What they've done here is they've combined one,
landing some big
two, that didn't even land. He goes landing some big shots. Didn't even land.
Shots and knocking Jake around
and
the
that
ring.
One. 3 of the 18 punches that Mike Tyson landed in the entire fight have been clubbed together to illustrate the point that Mike Tyson was landing at will in the first round and then just sort of decided, no, I'm going to pull that, but we'll let him go.
But that changed when Paul clenched with Tyson. It's alleged he whispered into Tyson's ear to cool it.
It's alleged by you, the person making this video. No one... what the fuck?
Facts, Jordy.
I fucking love the internet. It's so dumb.
It was alleged by him.
Particularly people who don't watch boxing, who tuned into this one fight, the one fight of the year that they're probably going to actually watch.
True. A lot of people, this is probably the only boxing match that they're watching this fucking year. Facts. I forgot to talk about that. You know, a lot of people saying that it was rigged. This is the case, man. This is definitely the case.
And haven't got a clue.
The message was confirmed received by Tyson with the affirming tap on the back.
That tap on the back is just more like a boxer going, all right, get off me.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
reading into this a lot. We'll explore why in a minute.
After that moment, Tyson became a stick in the mud.
Tyson couldn't use his fucking legs because he'd run out of the whole 2 minutes of it.
He's right about that. I mean, you know, he's 58. Like, people really thought he was going to be able to, you know, even when he's tired, people were expecting him to keep throwing and people were like, oh, he didn't even try to hurt Jake. Oh, this fight's rigged. People are so stupid, man. People are so stupid. The reason he didn't throw more is because he fucking couldn't. He fucking couldn't. What, you want Uncle Mike to die, bitch? You want Uncle Mike to die, bitch? No, nigga.
Energy he had in them. He became a stick in the mud because he's 58 years old. You fucking idiot. He tripped on the way to the fucking ring. His legs weren't working before he even started moving.
Standing directly in front of Paul with no more aggressiveness to him.
He wasn't able to be aggressive. He had no energy because he's 58 years old. People just think because you've got like muscles in your upper body that you should just be able to do whatever. And age isn't a factor. Fucking absolute clowns.
Like here, for instance, Tyson can see the right hand plain as day and makes no attempt to slip it.
No attempt. Just, he's not even trying. Do you know why he made no attempt? Because it's coming at him at light speed. That Video slowed down, you fucking idiot. Imagine watching like other sports in slow-mo, like tennis or whatever. That ball's flying.
Really good point by Jordy right there. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, obviously, you know, at his age, once again, I gotta say it, at Mike's age, and you know, he was out of shape for fucking 20 years. His ass was out of shape for 20 fucking years. Wasn't training for a bunch of years until like the last couple years, and even then he wasn't really training. You know, so his ability to, you know, see what's coming, you know, reaction time and all that is not gonna be there. You think fucking Mike would, if he's watching a shot go towards him, that he wouldn't move out of the fucking way if he could? Like, come on, it doesn't matter who the fuck is punching. Like, unless it's some fucking little kid or some powerless ass nigga, he's getting that out of the way. He's not gonna purposefully let a nigga punch him. Like, why would
Light speed slowed down. Didn't even try and stop it there. Didn't even return serve. Well, actually, because in fucking normal speed, it's at 90 mile an hour, you fucking idiot. Watch a game of football in slow motion. Keeper didn't even try and save that. Do you know what I'm saying? The internet's so dumb.
My next reason is Tyson was definitely pulling his punches.
Oh, God, it's great, isn't it? It's great. Let's just watch this again.
Tyson was definitely pulling his punches.
So you know what happened there? Tyson went to throw, but because throughout the entirety of the fight, whenever Tyson showed any aggression, Jake Paul would use his 27-year-old legs to move away and get the fuck out the way. Tyson, being the experienced old head that he was, knew at that moment, I'm not going to connect here, and I've got to hold on to every single little shred of energy I've got, because I'm 58, so I'm not going to throw this time, because it's not going to land, and therefore it's just going to deplete me, and there's going to be no reward. Clown.
Tyson looked as if he was struggling to hold back and not throw punches at Paul.
I love it. I love it. He's just struggling to hold back. Mate, he's having a fucking mare in there. He's got a 27-year-old kid who's whizzing around the fucking ring, popping at him, and he can't fucking do anything back. He's discombobulated because he's taking some massive shots as well. Struggling to hold back. No, he's struggling.
He's gotta be trolling. The dude who made the video, the boxing genius, he's gotta be trolling. Ain't no way. Boy, no way, boy. Boy, no way, boy. There's no way this dude is being serious. He's gotta be trolling. He's got to be trolling. Ain't no way he's being serious. And if he's being serious, oh, Jesus Christ.
In the fight, you fucking moron.
Here's a perfect example. Tyson deflects the shot off his shoulder, comes up.
Did he deflect?
I was about to say, no the fuck he didn't. Man, maybe I'm stupid. Hold on, let me get
the shot off his shoulder? What the fuck? Are you even making the points correctly for a start?
Here's a perfect example. Tyson deflects the shot off his shoulder.
I mean, it looks like it hit some.
Exactly. He deflects it with his shoulder. Yeah, and Conor McGregor in the fight against Khabib, he was trying to tire out Khabib by letting Khabib punch him. Like, come on, nigga, be for real. He deflected it with the shoulder. Like, it wasn't even like a ding. It was a dink, motherfucker. Like, come on.
On the side of the head. So I'm not sure what you're watching.
Comes up in perfect position to land a counter right hand, but
Jake is moving away, you fucking moron. And he was out of the road. It would have been a waste of time to throw that. Again, he's doing this all in slow motion as well.
does nothing. Very uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristic? What, from? The footage you've got of Mike Tyson when he was 30 years old? Yeah, pretty uncharacteristic for a man who's double his age when he was in his prime to not be able to behave the same way. That's uncharacteristic, isn't it?
And my final reason is Tyson biting his glove. The reason he was doing this was to remind himself not to throw punches and let Jake control the pace.
It's more likely he's got a fixation of doing that, and I think it's a way of coping with pain. When you're getting the brakes beaten off you, which Tyson was taking some big shots in there, it's a way of dealing with it. More likely. I don't actually know that. That's.
What do you mean, Jordy? Nah, wait. I got a problem with you, Jordy, now that you said that. In the commentary, they were asking about it, and I forget who the fuck was commentating. It was a boxer. Was it fucking, who was it? Fuck, I forget who it was. Fuck, I forget who it was, because I'll be honest, the commentary was pissing me off the whole night. Once this fight got going, I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. I forget who was commentating, but they were asking about the biting, obviously. And then one of them was like, "Oh, it's just the thing Tyson does," and it was out. And I was thinking like, "Oh, that makes sense," but also like, why is it this much? Because in the fight, it was outrageous. It was completely outrageous how much he was biting on his glove. I was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like in previous fights, I had never seen him bite his gloves that fucking much. I didn't even notice it. But then when he said it, I was like, oh shit, like that makes sense. And then they asked him about it in the post-fight fucking interview with Ariel Helwani. And Tyson said, yeah, it's just like a thing I do. It's just like, you know, it's like a thing. Like, Jordy, you're acting like you didn't fucking watch the fight, nigga. Come on. You know you heard that.
That's pure speculation. You know, bite down on the gum shield, as they're saying, when things are getting rough. And the saddest thing about this video, as laughable as it is how many people have used that as like, see, I was really right. Tyson would have won the fight if he wanted to. He just didn't want to. My prediction was right. I'm not an idiot for thinking a 58-year-old could be...
True Jordy is consistently, or just in general, YouTubers like him and Way Concept, as well as Showbizz the Dope, constantly being able to call out professional boxing, you know, people who talk about the sport, constantly being, you know, showing that like, yo, we know more, you know, about, you know, this shit more than you, because, or at least it would seem like it, because, you know, the real people who can talk about the sport constantly are on bullshit. They're constantly on some bullshit. You know, for this fight, some people were actually genuinely picking Tyson. It's like, nigga, come on, he's 58. My mama knew this nigga was gonna lose. Cause he's 50 fucking 8, nigga, come on.
A 27-year-old. And look, this fight was sad. It was hard to watch. And no one wants to believe that their hero, Mike Tyson, is shot. But he was shot 20-odd years ago. I was trying to tell people this. My prediction was so spot on. It was unbelievable. And one of the only good things to come out of this fight is the amount of times over the years where I've passed judgment on fights and fighters and had my opinion, which everyone's entitled to, but apparently not me, because I wasn't an actual boxer, is what they were saying to me. Oh, what do you know? You're not a real fighter. The amount of big-time boxing experts, former boxers, former legendary boxers even, who got this completely wrong. It just proved that you can't tell to me about this whole you're not a boxer and all that bullshit. Don't.
He literally told fucking Tyson Fury to his face that his trilogy was bullshit, because there was no point, and that there was no chance in hell that he was gonna lose, and that he was just taking the fight because he was a bitch. He literally told him that. And then every other commentator who was, you know, who was talking about the fight up until that point, never once even was close to doing what Jordy did in terms of calling out Tyson or saying that this fight wasn't close at all. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm talking about.
Give me that anymore, because we're not doing that ever again. Not after so many of them open their mouths and saying Mike Tyson will win this fight, can win this fight, all of that shit. We're not doing that anymore. Every single time anyone ever says this, I'm just gonna go, here's my case, right? Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. There's my case. Now shut the fuck up.
Shut your bitch ass up, dude. But in terms of fighters, there were even ones at the press conference who were saying that now some of them genuinely believe it, and others were saying it just because, you know, if you say Uncle Mike's gonna lose, the whole boxing world is gonna go against you, and then you're not gonna have any fans. I feel like, you know, some of them genuinely believe it, but as well as, you know, some of them don't believe it, but they just say like, oh, like, you know, you just can't root against, well, it wouldn't be rooting, but you just can't bet against Uncle Mike because it's Uncle Mike. Muhammad Ali's ghost could have been fighting Jake Paul, and there would have been people saying, it's Muhammad Ali. Like, come on.
Okay, thank you.
And people would have said like, oh, Ali all day, every day. At the press conference, I guarantee you, I guarantee you that would have happened.
Another thing we learned from this fight is to all the old heads out there who still think they can go, young men will fuck you up, boy. Yeah, you will get your ass beat by a young man out there, because there's still a lot of old dudes who still think they can hang. And look at Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson is a tough...
Facts. Physical specimen.
Than all you guys, could knock all you out, and he got his ass handed to him by a 27-year-old. Know your role and shut. It's funny because I had an uncle who once sort of thought he could have a scrap with me, and I remember thinking, do you know how close to death you are, you stupid fucking idiot? I would kill you. You know, I sort of showed a bit of mercy on him, but now I think next time I see him, I'm just going to give him a bit of that just to say, do you know what? This is how we're treating all...
For some reason, the shit wasn't recording, but he was talking about like, oh, one time an uncle thought he could hang with me. And then he went on to say that, this is pretty much how we all feel when, you know, when all do things that they could fuck with us that, you know, are athletic, whereas they ain't, that know how to fight, whereas they ain't, you know what I mean? This is exactly how I feel at times.
Man, now we're going Jake Paul and all you motherfuckers. I don't know why. I was devastated the other day, but I'm saying the funny side of it now. Fuck me. And funny old thing, since the fight, a lot of pro boxers who actually idolize Mike Tyson have called Jake Paul out because they just really want to get their hands on him for a bit of revenge, including Daniel Dubois, who said, "You want a shot at the fucking heavyweight?"
He's got a point there. A lot of boxers was calling out Jakey Paulie Chanchan Top on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. It was him, Ryan Garcia, but him and Ryan are boys, so this is just another publicity stunt from Ryan. I mean, he would take the fight, I think. I genuinely think he would take the fight, obviously. But then afterwards, he would probably just be buddy-buddy again. Also, the undisputed champ of the world at 175 also called him out, Mr. Arthur Beterbiev. I mean, Arthur Beterbiev is definitely around the age that Jake likes to fight niggas at. You know, Beterbiev being fucking 38, 39 years old, 40-year-old man. But for Beterbiev, Jake would probably only think to fight Beterbiev at 50. At 50.
A title, I'm like, wow.
Minimum 50.
What's happening? How's this come this far? I look at that, and you got like Beterbiev, Ryan Garcia, Jake Paul. He's got the world on strings right now, and that's the problem with this. Is it was a genius business move. As shit of a fight as it was, he's got the whole world of them talking about him in the palm of his fucking hand, and he is laughing. Imagine Daniel Dubois in a ring with Jake Paul. Fucking hell, that would be brutal. No offense to Jake, but like, who would?
Facts. Yo, he's got a point right there. It's insane to think about. Now, I think some of it is, like I said, people just being like, hey, we gotta back Uncle Mike. You go after Uncle Mike, the whole hood coming after your bitch ass nigga. It's on sight, pussy. I see what you did to Unc, nigga.
Can get their ass kicked off Daniel Dubois right now. Basically, Alexander Usyk, and that's it. That's not a good idea. That's never, ever happening. Beterbiev as well, another one who would just, you know, absolutely just ravage Jake Paul. I don't know why Jake Paul wants to be a world champion.
It ain't gonna happen. The only way I genuinely think the only way Jake would fight a world champ, or for him to even, you know, challenge for one, would be for him to fight guys who have glass jaws. So if there's ever like a champ that has a glass jaw, Jake would go, all right, let's get it. And then he would just go balls to the walls against the dude, just slam it, just throwing fucking bombs against him to knock his glass jaw chin out. Now, who would that be? Who the fuck knows? But I think that's the only way Jake would even have a shot of, you know, even trying to get it done.
And I don't know on what level they're going to make that happen. I think one of the boxing organizations is talking about making some bullshit belt for him with Julio Cesar.
I would actually want to see that. I think Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. beats him. I actually think he beats him, and I think it wouldn't be a bad fight. But the problem with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is that he also probably wouldn't be able to have the power for Jake to respect him. But But then again, it's kind of like a little bit of that Tommy Fury, but he's also out of shape, so that kind of sucks. But that's a fight I would actually watch, like genuinely. Like I don't think that's a bad fight. I think Jordy's just like, I think a lot of people just don't like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. because of how his career played out, and the fact that he is the son of one of the most legendary boxers of all fucking time, as well as the best Mexican boxer of all time. Just complete.
Cesar Chavez Jr. I mean, who gives a shit about that? That's not a real world title. If you want to win a world title, let's win a world title. Let's actually make a go of it. And Ryan Garcia, actually, I could see the Ryan Garcia fight happening because he is so undersized. And them two together would make millions. And the press conferences would be amazing. It would be beautiful, right? Business-wise, they'd absolutely kill it. What the fuck it would look like in the boxing ring, I have no idea, because obviously skill-wise, there's a huge discrepancy. But size-wise, there's also a huge discrepancy. And Ryan Garcia is crazy enough and game enough to get in there and do it. But I really don't know what move Jake Paul makes next, because the walls are closing in slightly in that people are really fed up with him not taking on real challenges, and they want to see somewhat of a challenge. And he's got a real chance here to capitalize on all of this hype, all of this fame, by delivering a really exciting fight next. He can't...
Facts, Jordy. Ended enough on a bang with True Jordy here. Like I said, great from Jordy right there. But to end off this video, let's talk about that. All right, so Jake, even in the lead up, there was an Irish dude, if y'all remember, that had asked Jake, like, yo, when are you going to stop with the gimmick fights? And when are you fighting someone who's of your age, a boxer, blah, 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 fight someone who's actually a challenge, kind of like a Tommy Fury. The only person that Jay wants to fight who's even remotely close to, what is being asked of him is Tommy Fury, and that's the only fight he wants because he's on his level. And also the fact that Tommy Fury has been out of the ring for a while, and the breakup with Molly May, as well as, him breaking his hand in the fight against KSI. While Jake has had how many fights since then? He's at like 3, 4, something like that. So Jake has just been dipping and diving and dodging that question specifically. Mostly by being like, oh, y'all are talking shit about Mike Tyson. I thought Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson, blah, blah, blah. The way I wish that the dude who had asked the question, the same dude who got pressed by Mike, because Jake is he's a really good instigator. Because if y'all remember, he was like, oh, I think he just called Mike Tyson a gimmick fight. And then at the second press conference, he was trying to do it again, and Mike was about to go ape shit on him, so he was just like, all right, I'm out. Like, that, the dude really didn't stand on business. I wish he would have been like, no, the fight is a gimmick fight. Mike Tyson himself ain't a gimmick fight. I think that would have been a better way to kind of, not have him get pissed, but I feel like Mike, either way, would have been like, why the fuck are you dadding me, bitch? I'm gonna fucking eat your children. I think either way, there was no winner for him, to be honest. But so yeah, in terms of like Jake actually finds someone who is, around the same age as him, even if he's like 30, 31, like, it doesn't matter. Around, 20s, maybe even like 32, who is ranked, or just someone with like a 7-0, 10-0 record type of thing. As far as that goes, I don't think we're gonna see that, not for a while, and I don't think Jake even has any interest in it, because I mean, the last 2 fights where he fought guys who weren't big names, who had good records, who had won competitions. I mean, I think they were both Golden Glove winners, multiple-time Golden Glove winners, but they hadn't been in the ring in years, and they were also old. Hence as to why, Jake Paul fucking destroyed both of those guys who were, the only 2 actual boxers he has fought other than Tommy Fury. The reason why Tommy Fury won is because I think that Tommy Fury's chin is mad underrated, as well as the fact that he's also younger than Jake. He's how old? Like 24 or some shit? 24, maybe now he's 25, I don't know. I don't keep up with the Furies. I'm not keeping up with the Furies. Good video from True Jordy. I hope this answers as to what I think about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. I do not think that the shit was rigged, but however, I think that there was like this thing of like Jake just not wanting to knock him out. Just because it was boring as fuck and a really shit fight doesn't mean it was scripted. Same thing with the Mayweather-Logan Paul fight. They both genuinely wanted to cook up the Paul brother YouTuber. They really did, but they just couldn't because there was certain factors that, you know, didn't allow for them to get a finish or really beat their ass. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out True Jordy, of course. I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably already know True Jordy, to be honest. I'll see y'all later. Peace.